Okay, so today I'm going to do a little bit of once a month cook and prep, and I've got some frozen raw chicken in 2 crock pots. There's 3 huge chicken breasts in each pot. I'm going to use these for shredded and cubed chicken for later in the month for some of the recipes. Okay, so this morning I'm trying to do a little bit of prep work, working on some yeast rolls. These are Cupcake Mommy's yeast rolls, and I need to refrigerate them. They can go overnight. I'm going to leave them in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. It's 8:52 right now. I also have this chicken still in the crock pot, and when we get back from the ministry I'll be able to hopefully shred the chicken, and when the kids lay down for a nap I can work on these rolls and perhaps get some hamburger buns done. Okay, so we're back from the ministry and my chicken is looking rockin' awesome. Look how good it is. All done. So I went ahead and turned it off, and we'll get that shredded up and cubed up after it cools for just a few minutes. So I've taken all the chicken out of the crock pot, and I've got some celery, carrots, onions, the leftover bones and skin, the chicken breast I've got here on the cutting board. I'm going to shred some, and I need to cube some. I need 5 packages, so I'll make enough 2 shredded for barbecue chicken pizza and 3 cubed for some other meals during next month. So after about 8 hours on high, this will make the best chicken broth, and I'll drain off everything and then put it in the freezer for soups. Okay, so we have our shredded chicken twice for barbecue chicken pizza, and I've got 3 bags. I need to open them up a little bit. They're starting to steam up. I thought they were cooled off enough. But I've got white lightning chili for next month, buffalo chicken lasagna, it's going to go in the crock pot, and a black and white pizza. That looked really good. I found it on allrecipes.com. So that's going to be a new recipe we'll try at the end of the month. And I got 3 bags of those, and then 2 bags for the shredded. And we'll come back later when I start the yeast rolls for today. The yeast rolls have been in the yeast dough has been in the refrigerator since about almost 9 o'clock this morning. It's a little after 2 now. So I went ahead and got those rolled out and went ahead and tried to do a square roll. I'm going to try this. It's the first time I'm doing this on a sheet pan. Usually I follow the directions and put them in a muffin pan. I have that on my Georgia Peach Mom blog. You can see the picture there. So that's going to be something that we're trying different today. I've also got the ground turkey out. I'm getting ready to put that into the oven, but I had an oops factor and forgot to get some more yeast, and I am doubling a batch of hamburger buns, and I only have enough to do 1 batch, but I've got enough milk and butter and water for a double batch. So my husband went out and got me some yeast. He'll be back in a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm going to let these rise. They've got to rise for about 2 to 3 hours, and then we'll bake those off. In the meantime, I'm going to get the ground turkey, get it browned up for the sassy sloppy toms. Okay, so we've got the ground turkey browning up for the shepherd's pie and the sassy sloppy toms for tomorrow. I've also got some some celery and some onion already chopped up for tomorrow, and I also have some red onion that I had in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the fridge tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it or not. I've looked through some of the recipes, but honestly I just can't remember what ingredients I need. So I knew I needed these things for the sloppy toms, and I need some onion for the shepherd's pie. But I think that's pretty much all I'm going to need. But just in case, I figured I'd keep it in the fridge, let it thaw out a little. I don't like to add really frozen things to other hot food. It takes it a little longer. It lowers the temperature down on the cooking food. Makes it cook longer. But the yeast rolls are rising. They're looking pretty. And so that's where we are right now. Okay, so I've got a lot of prep done so far. I've got celery chopped, some onions chopped. I've got the turkey ground turkey browned up. I've also gotten some of the beans that I had made last month, the Great Northern beans. I'm thawing those out, and I've got some cheese blocks thawed out so we can do the bean and cheese burritos for the kids. I've also got a couple of cups of chopped apples to make the apple muffins, and also have the yeast rolls. Look at how beautiful they are. This is like the best recipe for yeast rolls. It is so easy. I'm so thankful that Jess shared that with me. So anyway, it's on the blog. We're going to bake those up at 425 for about 10 minutes, and then I'll pull them apart, let them cool, and pull them apart and then freeze them so that we'll have those for next month. So my husband's on his way home with my yeast so I can finish the hamburger rolls, and with some buttermilk, because I'm planning on making some raisin bran muffins, and I don't have any buttermilk, so I'm going to make some. He's going to bring a gallon of milk home, and I'm going to make buttermilk with it. So the rolls came out of the oven, and I cannot tell you how good these things are. They are so good, and this was the first time I ever put them in the same pan and then pulled them apart, and they're really easy. They just came right apart. So that was an awesome way to do it. I didn't have to worry about messing up one of my muffin pans, and I'm planning on using them tomorrow anyway. So this is just another great way to make these delicious yeast rolls. Okay, I've already eaten a little tiny piece that was over here in the corner. Just to taste it, you have to make sure they taste good. You don't want to serve things to your family that might make them sick. So I know these are really yummy, and I hope y'all try the recipe. So the hamburger buns came out of the oven. This is the second batch, and they are absolutely beautiful. The sides are touching just a little bit, you can see. And these were the other ones. These I hand rolled into little round roll shapes, hamburger roll shapes. These I punched out with a 3/4 inch cookie cutter. This one right here. So you can see the top of them, and they actually got a lot bigger than the size of the cutout. So anyway, we got the hamburger buns done. We got the rolls done. We got a ton of yeast rolls. And that's most of the prep work. I'm working on getting the raisin bran muffins ready and put in the refrigerator overnight so I can bake those in the morning. So it's going to be a really good cooking day tomorrow.